Let's crochet a scarf. Hello everyone, welcome to Creatively Crafty Me. I am Charlena, and in today's video I am going to crochet a scarf. Now, I had originally made a hat and scarf set for my nephew, but somehow I have misplaced the hat. I'm sure it will show up, but I don't know what happened to it. So this is the original scarf that I made, and it's pretty short because I am in the process of trying to only use yarns that I have. I don't want to purchase yarn for these projects. So I do have more of this gray, but this is all the black yarn I basically had. So I made this hat, this scarf, as well as a matching hat. So the hat was a black beanie with 3 gray stripes in it and a brim, like in a piece that you fold up. But I, right now, cannot find that hat, and I feel really bad about it. I don't know what package it got packed up in because I was away, and I looked through everything and can't find it. I called my daughter to find out if I left it at her house, and she said it's not there. So I decided that I am going to make another scarf, and because I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough yarn to make a hat and a scarf, I am just going to make the scarf, and I would like to make the scarf a little longer than this. So this was the length of this current scarf. It is good enough to just, yeah. So that is the length of that current scarf. It is long enough to wrap around your neck, and he is a young man. He's not that tall yet. So this, I felt, would have still been a good size, but I can't find the hat. And if I should find the hat, if the hat should turn up, or when the hat turns up, because I'm sure it will turn up. I'm just not sure what it was packed in because I brought all my crochet projects back with me that I made, and I did not have the hat. So I don't know where that's at. But so when the hat shows up, I will give him this hat and scarf as well. But for the new scarf, I decided that it would be really nice to make him a special scarf, and I want to crochet his name into the scarf. So I am going to use these 2 yarns here. I did originally pull out this yarn as well because I really like this yarn, but I don't think I'll be able to use that. So I'm just going to use this Premier Basic yarn, and this one is just in the colorway blue. And I'm going to use this Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and this is just in the colorway white. And I do plan on just making it a striped scarf, and I plan on using like puff stitches to crochet his name into the scarf. So I am just going to get started. I'm just going to sit here on the couch. I'm going to watch me some TV. I'm planning on watching some Lost. Got a blanket here to get under if I should get cold. And I'm just going to get started. I don't know how long this scarf is going to take me. I really hope to be able to get the entire scarf done today. Since today is like a low obligation day for me, I don't really have too many things planned. I'm hoping I can knock this scarf out today. But right now it's almost 12 o'clock. It's 11:53. I am just going to get started. Like I said, I plan on using these yarns. And I'm not sure if this is an I or a J crochet hook. Can't remember right now. I will put it on the screen because actually I have been using this crochet hook so much this month that I have worn the letter and the size off of the hook. But this is the hook I want to use because this is a hook I've been using for a lot of the projects that I've been working on. So I'm just going to continue on with the same hook. Okay, so I am just going to get started. My main color, well, should I say the main color? I'm going to do the basic stitches in this blue, and then his name in this white, the puff stitches in this white to create his name. So yeah, I'm going to get started with that. I have to, I have to graph out the letters that I want to make as well, because I have not actually grafted the letters either. So I'm going to do that. I'll be back to show you what the letters look like, and then also to show y'all the process of me making this scarf. Okay, so just stick around. I will be right back. Okay, let me just give you a quick idea of how I was going to design the scarf. I just mishmashed this in here together because this was just for me, but I figured I would redo it and show you how it will look properly done. So firstly, I'm going to do the scarf 23 rows. I want my letters to be 7 stitches high, so I'm going to do 7 puff stitches. I am going to crochet 5 single crochet at the top of the scarf, at the bottom of the scarf, then start the puff stitches and do 5 single crochet rows at the top of the scarf just to kind of balance it off. So that'll give me a total of 23 rows, and my stitches will be actually 7 puff stitches high, but a total of 14 rows because you have to do a row of single crochets between the puff stitches. So this was how I was originally putting it together so that I would know where I want my stitches to go. But I figured what would be a better way to show y'all is to actually use a grid. Now, if you have graph paper, you could use graph paper. I didn't have any graph paper, so I just kind of drew myself a grid. Or if you want to use, you could use stitch fiddle if that's your choice. So this is my grid. This would just be like the very front of the scarf. Well, this wouldn't be the front of the scarf. These were the stitches before the scarf. I haven't actually decided how long I'm going to make the scarf, but I'm going to single crochet up until this point and then start the name. So this is, like I said, I wanted my letters to be 7 inches high. So not 7 inches, 7 stitches high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each square represents just 1 puff stitch. Then I'm drawing out the letters. So I went out 3 stitches this way, and I'm starting to build out for the D. I'm going to skip 4 stitches, 4 single crochets for the spaces between the letters. So I'm going to do 4 stitches between each letter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll start my A here. Well, not here because that is a row. So I'm going to start my A here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to go 6, 7 to get to a point. Then I'm going to start working it out. So that's 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want my letters 5 stitches wide, and then I'll come down. And I will then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle, make the line across for the A. So those are my puff stitches. Then once again, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 to start for the N. Keep starting in the wrong spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I wanted 5 stitches wide, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start the next one here because I am going to use the whole line for my N. And then I definitely want to go straight down like so. So I may start here or I may start there. When I'm crocheting it, I'll see how it looks and figure it out from there for sure. So right now that's my N. Once again, I'm going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is where I'm going to start my I. 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want them 7 stitches high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then finish out my I. So that's the I. Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Start here for the E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of 5 stitches wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 5 here, 4, 5. And then go into the middle and do my E from the middle. So I'll probably just do that one 3 stitches. Now I ran out of space to do the L, but you get the gist of it, how it would look. And that's pretty much how you can create any letter you want, start jotting it down, decide how big you want your stitches, and go from there. So you can just use the same thing for any letter of the alphabet, the 5 stitches wide, 7 stitches high, and just create your letters. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to get started now. I have to also create the space for the L, even though I have it over here where you can't really make out any boxes, but that's my L. And the L is pretty simple. The L will be the same thing, just 7 stitches down this way, 5 stitches wide that way, boom, the L is done. Yeah, so now I'm just going to start crocheting, and yeah, that's just so you can get an idea of what it is going to look like. Okay, so it is, in fact, now 1 p.m. and I have not crocheted not one stitch. I have worked out the pattern, the design, and I have gotten me something to eat. So now I could just sit here and crochet. I still have not 100% decided how long I want the scarf to be, but I'm shooting for about 150 stitches, I think. And I am going to start with a foundation single crochet as opposed to just a chain. So let's see how that work out. Oh, and I have decided I'm going to use a 5mm crochet hook instead. I may change my mind again. This is just my process. This is just my process. I will start a project and frog it 1,000 times until I am absolutely satisfied with the hook size, with the yarn, because sometimes I start a project thinking I want to use that yarn, and then that yarn is not the right yarn, so I take that out. And anywho, let's just get started. Okay, so this is 100 stitches, and I fear 150 will not be long enough. Compared to the last scarf that I felt was a little short, this is where we are. Not much is left, so I'm probably going to do 200 stitches. I'll be back. Okay, so here's an update of what I have. I have changed some things. So this is the back of the scarf so far. And this is the front. Right now it just looks like a bunch of snowballs, but I am loving how it's coming out. So this is the start of the D. This is the A, N. This is the I, E, and L. So I did make a couple of adjustments and mistakes. Firstly, I was saying I was going to use puff stitches, and that didn't work. So I ended up using bobbles, which is absolutely great because it gives the stitch a lot of definition. So I did bobble stitches, which of course means you make the bobble and then you need to single crochet. So that threw my count all off. I originally was thinking that I could just make the scarf 150 stitches long, but that was too short. So I ended up making it 200 stitches and then trying to adjust my stitch count. Now, I would have been fine with my stitch count even with changing things, because originally I was saying between the letters, I would put four single crochets, and I knocked that down to 3 just to make it a little smaller. And I originally was going to knock the letter size down too, but I left it at 5 stitches. And I miscounted because when I got to the end here, I wasn't going to have any stitches left. I needed another 2 or 4 stitches over here. So I should have started my D instead of starting it here. I should have started it right here. And I could have taken this row out because it was the very first row. I realized that the mistake I made on the very first row, but I decided to just leave it. So instead of the L having 5 puff stitches, it only has 4 because I wanted to have some scarf left at the end of the row. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to. I am not quite halfway through, but almost halfway through. The letters are going to be 7 bobbles tall. I am up to the 4th bobble. I need to add a blue row and then I'll start the 4th bobble. And yeah, so I will be back to let y'all see what the final scarf look like. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update on the process, where I'm at, and the mistakes that I've made, and whether or not I chose to fix them, because I definitely could have fixed this L and just chose not to. I figured, why bother? I do, however, want to make this scarf again, not this particular scarf, with the same name. I would like to make 2 more scarves for 2 different people who are actually grown men. So the scarf will be significantly longer than this. I didn't want it too long because it's for a young man. And I didn't know how he would feel about having a super long scarf. So I decided not to make it gigantic, but I will remake this scarf and make it a little longer. And also, I'm using a size 5 crochet hook. I will go up to a size 6 on the next scarves that I make. But anyway, that was the update. I will be back with the finished project, so just stick around. It is, in fact, days later, and I did, well, kind of finish the scarf. I finished the name portion of the scarf. So there we have Daniel. And I only had the 5 additional rows to add back to the top like it is on the bottom. But I had started cooking and getting into family time and all of that. So I am going to get back to this and finish off these rows, and then I will be back to show y'all the completed scarf. And the scarf did not take that much yarn because I still have quite a bit of yarn left of both the blue and the white yarn. This is how much of the white yarn I have left, and this is how much I have left of the blue yarn. This was, let's see, a 7-ounce skein, and how many ounces was this one? Oh, they were both 7-ounce skeins. So I still have quite a bit of yarn left. So I'm thinking that after I finish the scarf, I will make a hat. So yes, then my next row is a row of blue. And I have been leaving loose strings at the edge to kind of act like tassels. I'm probably going to cut some extra tassels, some extra strings to add as tassels, so that I can actually have tassels on, is it tassels or fringe? Whichever one it is, on the end of the scarf. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to finish. Oh, look at this. I'm so glad I didn't start, because for some reason, the yarn is split right there. That's different. I did not cut that, so I don't know what happened there. But that happened. So at least it happened at the beginning of the row. All right, so I'm just going to add these 5 rows and I will be back. Okay guys, so I am completely finished and I absolutely love it. And this is what the finished product looked like. So is it upside down? It is. This is the name And so this is the front of the scarf, and his name is on the end. And this is what the back of the scarf looks like. Yes, so you would just wrap it around, and he's a little shorter than I, of course, because he's a young man, so his name will start maybe a little further down. But even if it doesn't, there we go. It is so super cute. And because I had so much yarn left and I love the scarf so much, I did make a hat. I have not, weaved in the ends yet, but I'm going to do that real quick because it's only a couple of ends to weave in. But I did not want to make the hat with so much white in it, so I mostly did it blue with the single crochet border. And yeah, so I am loving this. I'm loving it. I think it's so super cute. I think it's so super cute. So we have a hat and a finished scarf for my nephew. I love this scarf so much. I do plan on making two more of these scarves, but for two men that I promised a crocheted item to. So if you want to see what those scarves look like, then hit the subscribe button, stick around to see what else I have going on, and I will talk to you in the next video. Okay, bye.